Alright, hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of the Twilight Struggle Reddit tournament. My opponent just messaged me and said that he should be ready to go here pretty shortly. So let us go ahead and create a game. Alright, so while we wait for him to join, I'll say that I've been playing this game for about 2 years now. This is my first time playing in organized play. Hence the lack of an introduction in my previous game. A little bit of nerves going there. We're going to continue going with USSR +2. Let's see what he bids. While we're waiting, let's see if we can... Oh, we can't see his info yet because he hasn't actually joined the game. Yeah, still not letting me do it. So this guy actually beat the 15 seed, I believe it was. So obviously can't take him lightly despite his rating and relatively low number of games played. So I win the US. I'm thinking Defectors will be the headline, or Red Scare. We'll have to hold something for Blockade, probably Comic-Con or Suez. We could probably send Korea to space. We'll have to fortify Lebanon before we allow Arab-Israeli to trigger. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with 4 in West Germany, 4 in Italy, and 2 in Iran here. And I'm kind of leaning towards the Red Scare headline because my hand is pretty low on ops. Hopefully that'll help even it up.
Да здравствует наша славная Родина, ее свобода, ее независимость. Под знаменем Ленина вперед, победа!
Yep, good thing I went with 442 there. So I imagine he's going to take 2 from Italy and 1 from West Germany, and then he'll probably coup Italy, and we'll hope for a good roll for us. I did hear some mentions in my last stream that the frame rate wasn't great, so I'm trying a new encoder this time. Hopefully you see less lag and you're able to see everything that actually happens now. So that's a good roll for us, and a couple points. So we're going to want to spread into Afghanistan, and then Italy and West Germany, because he's probably going to coup Iran next. And we'll just have to deal with a lack of military ops this turn. And then if the coup of Iran is successful, assuming he does that, I'll need to hit Pakistan. If it's not successful, probably overprotect Italy. So he doesn't coup Iran. He's gonna try and get into Pakistan. Okay. Well, I guess that means I will be doing this. And we'll see if he wants to use the China card to flip Pakistan this early. He just scored. Okay. So now might be a good time to get my military ops and drop DEFCON to 2 so he can't coup Iran. It's going to have to be with a 2-op card. Suez is going to be for blockade. Korean War, space probably. So we're going to coup with defectors. So now we're going to want to probably use Arab-Israeli and go into Lebanon. Interesting, he didn't go to Lebanon there. So we'll toss this dude into Yugoslavia. We'll go Arab-Israeli, 1 into Lebanon, and we'll overprotect Pakistan. So it looks like both of us have pretty poor ops hands here. So next item of business is going to be Korea to space. And then what happens in AR6 will depend on if he blockades us or not. I think either way, one's going into Italy. So when this guy won his previous game, he won in final scoring as the US. So it must have been a hard-fought match, much like mine. There's Middle East scoring. Hey, get some points there. So we'll continue with the plan here. We're going to send Korean War to space. Get some more points. Things are going well so far. So now let's see if he tries to take South Korea. He might do that with the China card. Although I'd be surprised to see China card come before blockade, decall, and destall. So I think if he blockades me here, obviously we discard Suez and do something with Truman. If he doesn't blockade me, things get interesting. Special relationship's gone. So there's no urgency to get back the UK. Oh, there goes CIA created. That's unfortunate. So he's holding destall. And then CIA is going to get removed from the game. And we got one op to play with here. What do we want to do with it? Well, I can see the... So I'm thinking Malaysia, perhaps, to get us access to Thailand. Alright, so as planned here, we're going to trigger Suez. He'll take one from Israel and two from the UK. So we will protect Italy. You know what? Do we really need to do that if we're holding Truman? Should we just grab France? That's the only scoring card that hasn't come up yet. Well, that puts us at risk of him grabbing de Gaulle, although we can hope we get it as well. I think now is the time to be aggressive. The other option would be Thailand, and if he headlines Vietnam revolts, he gets Thailand, and Asia is starting to not look good. I think we're going to try and make a play for Europe here.
The seeds of totalitarian regimes are nurtured by misery and want. They spread and grow in the
So
evil
let's see what
soil
we
of
get.
poverty and strife. They reach their full growth
Eastern European.
when the hope of a people for a better life has died.
Decal, good to see. NORAD. Containment. Olympic Games, and Nasser. So this is a pretty sweet hand we got here. I think the headline's going to be containment. Got no 4-ops cards. We're not going to be doing much eventing. He very well could have De Gaulle. But I can space Nasser now. And I can really start racing up the space racetrack. So he headlines D-stall. Which I imagine will go into portions of Asia. Good thing we grabbed France. And he'll probably throw some into South America and or Africa. So he could have Indo-Paki, which would not be good for me. He could have Vietnam revolts, which is not good for me. So I think priority 1 is going to be... Well, priority 1 should be grabbing Europe domination, probably by taking Greece. And then grabbing Thailand and or Pakistan to get guard against the Indo-Pakistani war. Or not grabbing Afghanistan, I should say, not Pakistan. Okay, so that's pretty much as expected. So he's going to UN intervene now with Marshall Plan. And he's going to coup. And we get a roll. So a 4-op card would have been nice here, but I'm not going to get too greedy. We got a pretty solid hand here. Obviously, Decall is going to be the hold card to get it past the reshuffle. And then we don't have to deal with it until at least turn 7. We do have to keep an eye on blockade. So I suspect Olympic Games will be the card we hold for that. So we do still want to grab Europe domination. Although if he had Europe scoring, well, he cooed last time, so we might not have played it. If he has it, he'd probably play it here before I get the domination. Either way, I do want to grab Greece stat because he's got a toucher on it. He can get there through Yugoslavia. And maybe Bulgaria too? No, yes, he can get there in 2 countries. So I suspect he's going to want to grab India here. I might want to grab Laos. I might want to overprotect Thailand. Okay, so he's gonna flip Thailand, it looks like. Yep. It's fine by me. Alright, so NORAD will be our next card. We're gonna grab Greece, we'll grab Laos, and we'll take Iran back. So that grabbing of Laos helps with potential future brush wars for us, assuming he doesn't flip it before brush war appears. So initially I was planning on spacing Nasser and then eventing captured Nazi scientist, but under containment I wonder if it might be better to either grab another one of the 2 non-battlegrounds in Europe, or perhaps overprotect Italy and France. Left, so it's going to be Truman, captured Nazi. Olympic Games will be AR-6 against Blockade. Nasser to space. Maybe AR-5 for that. So for Mosion, okay. How are we doing on country count? 4 to 2. So he clearly does not have Europe scoring. So we're not in a super big rush. So let's go ahead and get rid of this now. That'll give us some more time to react to whatever he does with our 7 remaining ops. Okay. A turn 3 Marshall Plan headline would look pretty good right now. If I get Europe scoring, I don't want to risk headlining it in case of socialist governments. If it's a pre-event. So Indo-Pakistani's still out there. But if I'm getting rid of Truman, I need to overprotect these countries. Make sure I get Europe domination, because we know that's coming next turn. So now he either blockades us and we discard Olympic Games and Space Decal, or he doesn't and we play Olympic Games and do some stuff with it. Thinking Pakistan and Malaysia. Okay, so NATO.
So my country's purpose is to help us move out of the dark chamber of horrors into the light, to find a way by which the minds of men, the hopes of men, the souls of men everywhere can move forward toward peace and happiness and well-being.
So that means he has 5-year plan, US-Japan, blockade, Decal, and Indo-Pakistani war. So Europe scoring is most certainly unplayable as a headline. Which leaves me with not a whole lot to do. Could do East European unrest, harass him over there. Maybe spook him out of making a coup. Let's do that. So unfortunately, Warsaw Pact's going to have to go to blockade. And he's going to grab France. So with Indo-Pakistani, it would be a 1 out of 3 chance it works if he goes against India. Would that give him domination? No. So that would give me a little extra protection. I have a feeling it's going to be hard to be scoring positively in both Europe and Asia on this turn. I just can't risk Indo-Paki right now. Indo-Pakistani, I should say. I guess I should have cooed, shouldn't I? Not smart, not smart. I'm just not used to getting the coup as the US. I didn't even realize it till it was too late. That's embarrassing. So, okay. He's not going to coup either. Well, if neither of us want to. So after this, I'm going to start dumping these scoring cards. Probably Europe first, since he knows I have it. Then Vietnam will probably be my final play. Maybe spread in Brazil. And here comes blockade. So, I have a powerful last round play here with the China card. Thinking I want to jam the whole thing into Thailand. That would get it to... even. Couple points from Ops, that's always nice.
Приветствовать недавно принятые в члены Организации Объединенных Наций государства и передать им пожелания благополучия и процветания.
So an interesting hand here. So I think the headline's going to be Red Scare again, and I'm sure that's going to just delight him. I don't want to lower DEFCON with Cuban Missile Crisis or Missile Envy, because then he can just take Thailand back. Junta, okay. So now he's going to grab Thailand. I'm a little concerned he has Central American scoring. I think I want to hold Ask Not because Lone Gunman. Probably event Camp David for the VP and a little bit of a presence in some other areas in the Middle East there. I imagine we'll event our man. Cuban Missile Crisis will be ops. Summit will be an op. OAS. I can improvise a little bit with that one. We'll see what he does and react accordingly with OAS. When I was newer to this game, Red Scare was always an automatic headline for me, but I've grown to realize that when you do that, you're giving up a 4-op card. I realize I've headlined it twice this game, but I haven't had many other compelling options either. Interesting, okay. So he doesn't want to take Thailand first. So I guess I will then, and we'll overprotect it. Maybe he doesn't have the ops to do it. He doesn't want to give me the China card back. In any case, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, as the saying goes. Yeah, that explains that. That's okay. So I guess now we do this. Probably need to spread out of South Africa this turn. Jeez, how many square cards he got? Okay. So he does have Africa domination right now, so I probably should spend Missile Envy to take South Africa. And then after that, event our man in Tehran. And then after that, use OAS to probably get into Argentina and Chile. So that's a point for us. We'll take points. Points are delicious. Missile Envy, as we discussed, to South Africa. So this presents a realignment opportunity in Angola as well. So scoring cards that are left are Africa and South America all the way until turn 7. That's a little crazy. Okay. I will see you later. And you. And I wish they didn't put the cards in front of all the other cards. That's a little annoying. Yes, that is confirmed. Another scoring card. Wow. Well, that changes my plan a little bit here. I think we go here, and then if he coups, I can take Nigeria, since that's the only scoring card left. And that keeps OAS in the deck, too.
We dare not tempt them with weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed.
Alright, so ABM looks appealing. Marshall Plan has lost its usefulness. Colonial Rearguards would be better in the action round, so I don't give him more coup targets. Or maybe we do. No, we don't want to do nuclear subs, because then ABM gives him more coups. So I think the thing to do is ABM, and we'll coup Algeria or Angola. I guess it depends on what he wants to do. Scoring cards, that is crazy. Just nuts. So decall is in the discard pile, so I have nothing to worry about there. Portuguese is removed from the game, and I'm holding South African unrest. So all his Africa events are accounted for. South African unrest will probably go to space. We'd like to get to Libya before we let Nasser happen. Hold card will probably be Ask Not Again. It's a great insurance policy. And I have nothing else dire that I need to hold. Let's see what we need for this. 4 through 6, and this would be a 3 through 6, or yeah, much better. Yeah, we'll take the sure thing. We'll go here. He does Brezhnev. So now Africa has swung. He's probably going to coup. I would have to think he coups Zaire. If he doesn't coup, we coup Algeria with the Marshall Plan. And that will deny him ops unless he has a war. Which I'm not sure how many of those are left. So Korea War is still out there. Arab-Israeli won't trigger because Camp David's out there. So Korean War is his only other war card. Yeah, that's not removed yet. Panama. Not a bad time to see Panama. So now we do colonial rearguards. We get our 4 guys everywhere. Put one there. Now we can flip Zaire with Marshall Plan. We can flip Algeria with Marshall Plan as well. Maybe we flip Algeria first. I have to think he'll overprotect Zaire. So we also have nuclear subs as an option here too. So if we don't end this turn with at least African domination, something has gone horribly wrong. But I really can't do much right now because my next decision depends on what he does, whether he takes Algeria or Zaire, or overprotects Zaire, I should say. He may coup Cameroon, in which case I take Algeria with Marshall Plan. Then he might try to flip Nigeria, and then I can flip Zaire with you two. Alright, so now I am at the point where I'm running out of ops that I can use. We need to get to Libya before Nasser. We need to overprotect West Germany before Willy Brandt. So I'm thinking the next play, assuming he doesn't flip Zaire, is overprotecting it with U2 and then taking Libya. Then we put one op with Nasser into West Germany, and that will allow me to coup the Saharan states, this guy here, with Willy Brandt. So he's going to take it back. Okay. Actually, instead of that, we can do... So if I use Nasser to put one more into Egypt, I would have one after Nasser fires, and then we'd be all set for Sadat. For now, let's keep fighting for Africa domination. So in that case, I have a few more ops to play with here. So we'll keep fighting for Zaire. Kind of an interesting situation here. Okay, there's Africa. Good. So now we can get this out of here. I don't know what to do with this other op. Maybe I just overprotect West Germany. No, we're We're gonna spread. Okay. So next will be South Africa to space. Grain sales to space. And now we have a leisurely couple turns here. All the scorecards are gone. So brush war is still out there. It would be nice if I could get it.
Пройдя через тяжелейшие испытания, советские люди отстояли.
Alright, so what do we got here? Bear trap, arms race. Good to see OPEC in our hands. Hey, brush war, that's good to see. Muslim revolution and duck and cover. So for the headline, I think the choice is duck and cover. Since I'm holding We Will Bury You, that is safe. That'll give us a few more points, and I'll be right back. Need a bio break. And we're back. So he does one small step. I do duck and cover. So we will bury you. We'll have to go to space. First, we will do brush war. Muslim revolution. We'll just repair Iran. We'll lose Egypt, but these things happen. I think Ask Not will continue to be the hold card. Unless I want to Ask Not OPEC away. I don't know if it's worth it. Because lone gunman, I just discarded it last time with our man in Tehran. And Ask Not is the best way, in my opinion, to dispose of that card. That or a travesty of a scoring card. Okay, Korea. So that looks like a nice brush war target to me. But I don't want to do that till Muslim Revolution is gone. So I guess we dispose of it now. And then we'll just take Iran back, and maybe we'll break into Egypt again. Just make it an empty action round. That will set us up for the brush war if he doesn't repair Egypt, and Sadat if he does. Now if he takes it from Jordan instead of Egypt, or Saudi Arabia instead of Egypt, I'd be surprised. Okay, so he doesn't do that. So we'll carry on as planned. So if I use the China card, okay, so we're going to carry on with this plan. If I use the China card, I can keep both OPEC and Ask Not. And that is appealing to me, since I'm going to have to send We Will Bury You to space. I think Bear Trap will be the AR-7 play to steal the coup once again. We want to play Arms Race for the event if he doesn't get more ops here. That'll put us up to 15 points. So I would love to start breaking stuff in Europe, but Warsaw Pact is still out there. And that can be nasty if he gets it in the late war and removes all my guys. So with the China card, we'll have to do something else. Maybe we'll flip Zaire. Maybe we'll grab Canada. So first things first, let's collect our points from Arms Race. Okay, so now let's get rid of this guy. Good, we can see his headline. The other benefit of playing the China card now is that OPEC will not be seen for this entire game because the reshuffle is about to happen. So Voice of America to space, that's good to see that it will not survive the reshuffle. So we're on AR5. Let's do that now, and then we can do something cool on AR6 with the China card. Try and bleed some more of his ops out. So I think China card is going to be flippin' Zaire. And that'll give us one op left. Can throw it in Israel maybe. Shuttle diplomacy. That came in handy for me last game. So yep, now we use the China card. Flip that. Go there. Call it a day. So now both my China card things are still out there. Nixon and Ussuri River Skirmish, I believe. So he might very well just give me the card right back here. Of course his is out there too, Cultural Revolution, which is also good because that one is much better played for the event when he doesn't have the China card already. Although he probably would like to see the victory point at this stage of the game as well. So AR7 is going to be Bear Trap for the event. Steal the coup. I don't think there's anything else that can degrade DEF CON. No. Salt is still out there. Alliance for Progress is still out there. Nixon plays the China card. So if I can get a successful space shot on turn 7, and I get Nixon plays the China card, I could very possibly win next turn if things break correctly for me. And of course, part 1 of that is going to be stealing the coup, so he can't get the ops without cooing some pointless non-battleground country. Now, we still got Ask Not as our insurance policy. Okay, so NATO. He's going to flip it back again. Zaire has been highly contested in this one. So we're going to do bear trap for the event.
For the first time, because the people of the world want peace,
Now we get to
and the leaders of the world are afraid of war, the times are on the side of peace.
So he has, Nixon plays the China card, puppet governments, Sadat, Usuri, flower power, and salt negotiations. That is a lot of bad cards for him. And then I get missile envy. Lone gunman again, so we might have to use Ask Not here. And South American scoring. And I get to see his headline. So he's got 3 mystery cards, along with Nixon, puppet government, Sadat, Usuri, flower power, and salt. So I have to imagine he'll play Nixon before Usuri, even though that allows me to put 4 guys anywhere in Asia, because he probably can't handle the VPs. Okay, so he goes with captured Nazi scientist. Which means I can go with... So I'm probably going to coup Argentina with Latin American death squads. He's not degrading DEFCON, so I can do a missile envy headline right now. It might pull Usuri, which is okay, because I can play Alliance for Progress for the event. That would give me 3 points. Well, then I would need him to play Nixon for the event before he gets any other points. But yes, I think Missile Envy is the way to go here. So either he has a 4-op card and he gives me that, or I get a, oh yeah, he gets me flower power, of course. So I'm going to coup Argentina with flower power. Can I get a 4, 5, or 6 here? That would be much obliged. Alright, so Missile Envy will be played to the bear trap. He succeeds. So we'll play South American scoring. And now I can do Alliance for Progress for the victory. As long as he doesn't have junta. Or some other scoring card. Which the only one that would help him, well, Central America would help him. Now get him 2-3 points. Africa would obviously help him. Europe would help him. But if he doesn't score any points here, he might space something. That would get him 3. Hopefully him not seeing the discard pile isn't going to matter, because he won't get victory points here and I can end the game. That would be great. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. So, we can't end the game just yet, but we can do this. do this. So we're going to ask not pretty shortly here. He's going to need to get some more victory points by the end of the turn, or make a coup somewhere to avoid losing via military ops. Right now his only coup target is Zimbabwe, which is not exactly profitable for him. Well, I guess he could coup Costa Rica too, also not profitable. Okay. So I guess next we do our space shot. We're getting some good luck with the space rolls this game. That is for sure. So Nixon plays the China card. He's got that. He's got puppet governments, Sadat, and SALT negotiations left. Surely asking about the discard pile because of SALT. So our next play is going to be to ask not, get rid of OPEC, Allende, and lone gunmen, disposing of them for the remainder of this affair. Then maybe we get some high ops cards and we can flip Zaire again. It's been fun. We'll need to watch for Europe domination. Well, he needs to get 2 more countries. A total of 6 ops to do that. Okay, so he's salting for missile envy. Interesting. Alright, so now that that's gone, we can get rid of this in even more carefree fashion. That's unfortunate. So, okay, it's AR-5. So... okay. So he's going to coup with the Marshall Plan. That gets his ops. If only his space shot didn't work. But that's okay, because this is only going to give him 4 points, even if it's scored as it is right now. Which I don't think it will. Because, okay, I'm going to coup Zaire with Missile Envy. What's he going to do? He might coup Pakistan or Thailand with Marshall Plan. Coups are -1 because of SALT. And he's still holding Nixon, puppet governments, and Sadat. Okay, so if he does not coup Africa, scoring would be +1, and I would win if I succeed in my coup with Missile Envy. But if he doesn't coup at all, I would have to think he's going to. Unless he wants to make sure he has the last coup. Okay, so he's letting me have the last coup, and it's going to be in Zaire with Missile Envy. We just need a 3 or above. But we got NORAD. Alright, come on. He has 1 mystery card left. Because we know he has Nixon, puppets, and Sadat. Defcon's at 2. If he has a 3, if that mystery card is a 3 ops or above, the game does continue. If it's not, and it's not some other way to get VP, the game ends. If it is a 3, I can flip it again with Warsaw Pact. And then I know he only has 2 up cards left. Which would be, that would result in an even scoring if he throws it into Zaire. What would be great is if he has Central America and is going to try and grab control, thus allowing me to grab Africa. Okay. So is he flipping Zaire? No. Yes. Dang. Okay. So that'll be... man. presence is worth 1 point there. We're at the same place still, with him having 1 mystery card. So he has Nixon, but that's going to have to be a hold card for him, unless he plays Central America scoring, which at this point I hope he doesn't have. Europe scoring. That's a point for him. That's a point for me.
But surely one such lesson, learned by the world at great cost, is that aggression, unopposed, becomes a contagious disease.
Okay, let's see if we can get a point. No way to get points there. So, okay, we got Star Wars. Oh, we need to... Alright, so I think the headline here is going to be grain sales. Maybe I get like Evil Empire or something that gives me a point. We can end this thing. Would have been great to not see Central America here. Or if he had guys in Libya. Not a great hand. But we can coup with grain sales if we don't get a VP card. I'd rather just get the VP card though, if I'm being honest. Oh man. Okay. This guy is hanging on by a thread. So, okay, what if I go to space? Is there anything in the pile that gives me victory points? No. Okay, so what's going to have to happen here is maybe I could 5-year plan for the event. I know he's got a bunch of my stuff in his hand. If he gets puppet governments, I can stick 3 guys all over Central America. Yeah. So, okay, what else? If he has Soviet shoot down KL, I lose the game. So, or if he has duck and cover, I lose the game. It's not worth the risk. Could do this. That'll give me a presence and that. Yeah, I think that's the move to do. Eventually he's going to have to start playing those cards he's got. So I think next we can maybe try realigning him out of Panama. -1 because of Iran Contra. Alright, so at best I get even if I take Colombia. There's a dot. Alright, so if he rolls poorly on the coup here, I OAS into Haiti and Dominican. That puts us a little closer to stopping control. Wait. Okay, so we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 2. Maybe I should just play the scoring card and be done with it. Wasted a lot of ops there. Alright, so if I get 2 Eagle is landed, I can discard. So I wouldn't want to do that here. Obviously you can't discard a scoring card. There's puppet governments. And he's gonna do all of that. Frustrating. Should have just eaten that card. So he's got Nixon and something else. Did I screw that up? I think I screwed that up. Shoot. That was his last card in hand. I could have held. Oh man. I'm falling apart here. Could have held Central America till the very last.
I believe that communism is another sad, bizarre chapter in human history whose last pages even now are being written.
No war games. But we can get a boatload of points. So we've got Solidarity, Duck and Cover, How I Learned, Middle East, Ortega, Indo-Pakistani, We Will Bury You, and Kitchen Debates. Alright, so if he wouldn't headline Soviets, shoot down KAL, would he? I don't have to worry about... I'm thinking about duck and cover, but if he headlines a DEFCON card, that's a 4. We're in trouble. I don't have South Korea, so he might headline that to get it out of his hand. So let's play it safe. We'll do kitchen debates. Yuri and Samantha. So that's a couple points. Let him have the coup. If he doesn't coup because he's afraid of war games, then we can do duck and cover for the event. Pick up a few more points. And maybe we can try to end up winning this thing. Okay. So, okay, even if he has Iranian hostage crisis, I would still have domination because shuttle diplomacy is in play. No, we want to break something with that. We'll do... Let's do France. Just to keep him on his toes. And now... we'll go with Ortega. So that'll give him his 5 ops. How I learned to stop worrying is no longer in play for the victory. Okay, so what if I do Poland? I can do solidarity for the event. I'll put the fear of God in him. First, maybe I want to that's 4 points. I need more points. That's not worth anything. We'll do that. And we'll throw 2 into Israel. Alright. So that gives us 5. We're going to get our ops from Indo-Pakistani, which if that succeeds would be swell. So I think next we'll do Middle East scoring, pick up the 5. I think he's still holding Nixon, isn't he? Yeah, he can't space it. Okay, so he's got that as we talked about. So is this going to be 4? 3? Okay. Oh, I guess it's too late, isn't it? Yeah. If he has agent scoring here, we might have given him some more points, because that's what I just like to do that this game, don't I? Just give him some points. That's fun. Okay, what do we have in the discard that I can pull with Star Wars? I can space, duck, and cover. I could pull... Where are all my cards that give me points? Oh my gosh. Alright, so we're going to space We Will Bury You. Event Solidarity on the final round. Okay, so we're gonna ops with Star Wars. We're gonna ops with Ortega. Action round 7, we'll do Solidarity for the event, and then action round 8 with North Sea Oil, we'll use Duck and Cover to grab Poland. I'll be right back. So he broke Japan. Interesting. So I guess we unbreak it. So he coups Costa Rica, hopefully fails. Event Solidarity, Duck and Cover, take Poland. If he overprotects Poland, we event Solidarity, and then take Mexico and Japan back. Not sure why he's going after Japan. That's why. Finally, man. Alright, so we're going to round 3. He played well. I could have won a little earlier than I did if I had realized how many cards he had in hand in turn 8. Yeah, that was a brutal hand. Not much you can do there. So he was talking to me about recording this. I don't know if it'd be in poor taste to ask if he recorded it right now. Well, that was certainly an enjoyable game. Still tense, not quite as tense as the last one, I must admit, but the important thing is we are moving on to round 3. Well played by the animal in space. I will catch you guys whenever round 3 is. So, generally what's been going on is a new round has started each Thursday in this tournament. Since I found out my round 2 matchup early, we were able to get our game out of the way early. But at the very latest, I will know my opponent for... Whoa. Some D's. Oh yeah, maybe hard to read with the camera there. At the very latest, I will know my opponent for round 3 Thursday after next. So we will see you next time.